What if I told you that one stubborn farmer's refusal to sell his land for millions turned into a story that would inspire thousands of people around the world? This isn't just another tale about someone holding on to their property. This is about a man who stood his ground against massive corporations, billion-dollar projects, and endless pressure from developers. His name was Edith Macefield, and yes, I know that's not typically a farmer's name you'd expect. But wait, let me tell you about the real farmer whose story will blow your mind. Meet Guo Zhenhua, a 67-year-old farmer from China who became an internet sensation for all the right reasons. When developers offered him what seemed like life-changing money for his small plot of farmland, he did something that shocked everyone. He said no. And what happened next changed not just his life, but the lives of everyone around him. Today we're diving deep into this incredible story that proves sometimes the best decision is the one that goes against everyone's advice. You'll learn why this farmer's choice became a symbol of hope and determination. And by the end of this video, you might just rethink what really matters in life. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let me take you on this amazing journey. Let's start from the beginning. Guo Zhenhua lived in a small village outside Beijing, China. His family had been farming the same piece of land for over 4 generations. The land wasn't huge, just about 2 acres, but it was everything to his family. They grew vegetables, raised chickens, and lived a simple but happy life. In 2018, everything changed when developers came knocking on his door. Beijing was expanding rapidly, and his little village was right in the path of progress. The developers offered him the equivalent of $2 million for his land. For a farmer who made maybe $5,000 a year, this was an unimaginable fortune. His neighbors started selling their properties one by one. Within 6 months, almost everyone in the village had packed up and moved to the city. But Guo had a different plan. He looked at the contract, listened to all the promises, and then did something that surprised everyone. He told them his land wasn't for sale. The developers couldn't believe it. They came back with better offers. First $3 million, then $4 million, then $5 million. Each time, Guo politely declined. His wife thought he had lost his mind. His children begged him to reconsider. Even his closest friends started avoiding him, thinking he was being foolish. The pressure was enormous. Local officials visited him multiple times, explaining how his decision was holding up a major development project. They promised him a new apartment in the city, a steady pension, and a comfortable retirement. But Guo had something they couldn't understand. He had a vision. While everyone saw his refusal as stubborn and backward, Guo saw an opportunity. He realized that as the city expanded around him, his farm could serve a completely different purpose. Instead of selling to developers, he decided to transform his property into something unique. He started by researching what city people missed most about rural life. The answer was simple: fresh food, clean air, and connection to nature. So Guo began converting his traditional farm into an agritourism destination. He planted organic vegetables and fruits that city residents rarely got to see growing. He created walking paths through his fields and built small picnic areas. He even constructed a traditional farmhouse where visitors could experience rural life. But the real magic happened when he opened his doors to families from Beijing. Parents brought their children to see where food actually comes from. Kids who had never seen a tomato plant were amazed by the farming process. Families started booking weekend stays to escape the busy city life. Word spread quickly through social media. People shared photos of their visits to the farm that wouldn't sell. Local news stations picked up the story. Soon, Guo's little farm was getting hundreds of visitors every weekend. He started offering farming workshops where city people could learn to grow their own food. Cooking classes using fresh ingredients from his garden became incredibly popular. He even began selling his organic produce at premium prices to high-end restaurants in Beijing. Within 2 years, Guo was making more money than he ever dreamed possible. But the financial success wasn't even the best part of his story. The developers who had been pressuring him started facing problems. The massive shopping mall they wanted to build was struggling to get approval. Environmental concerns were raised about the project. Local communities began protesting against losing more farmland. The project was delayed, then scaled back, and eventually cancelled altogether. Meanwhile, Guo's success inspired other farmers in nearby areas. They saw what he had accomplished and decided to follow his example. Instead of selling to developers, they started creating their own agritourism businesses. A whole network of farm experiences began sprouting around Beijing. The government noticed this trend and started supporting it with grants and programs. They realized that preserving farmland and creating sustainable tourism was better for the environment and the economy. Guo became a local celebrity and was invited to speak at conferences about sustainable farming. His story was featured in documentaries and news programs across China. International media picked up on his story, and soon people around the world knew about the farmer who wouldn't sell. But Guo never let the fame go to his head. He continued working his land every day, just as he always had. He expanded his operation gradually, always focusing on quality over quantity. He hired some of his former neighbors who had moved to the city but missed rural life. Together, they created jobs for dozens of people in sustainable agriculture and tourism. The impact went beyond just economics. Families who visited Guo's farm started growing their own vegetables at home. Children developed a deeper appreciation for nature and farming. Parents rediscovered the joy of simple outdoor activities. Guo also started an educational program for schools. Classes would visit his farm to learn about sustainable agriculture and environmental protection. He partnered with universities to conduct research on organic farming methods. His farm became a living laboratory for sustainable practices. The success attracted attention from international organizations focused on rural development. They invited Guo to share his experience with farmers in other countries, facing similar pressures from development. His story inspired similar projects in Vietnam, Thailand, and even some parts of Europe. The man who simply refused to sell his land had created a movement. But perhaps the most remarkable part of Guo's story is what he did with his success. Instead of getting rich and forgetting his roots, he established a foundation. This foundation helps other farmers transition from traditional agriculture to sustainable agritourism. He provides free consulting, helps with initial investments, and shares his marketing knowledge. Over 200 farming families have benefited from his program. Many of them are now running successful agritourism businesses of their own. Guo also invested in his local community. He helped build a new school and a medical clinic in his village. He sponsored scholarships for rural children to attend university. He created a seed bank to preserve traditional varieties of crops. Today, at 72 years old, Guo still wakes up every morning to tend his crops. He still welcomes visitors to his farm with the same enthusiasm as when he started. His annual income now exceeds what the developers originally offered him. But more importantly, he preserved something priceless, a way of life, a connection to the land, and a legacy for future generations. The developers who once pressured him now come to visit as tourists. They admire what he's built and often admit they wish they had supported his vision from the beginning. Local government officials who once criticized his stubbornness now use his farm as a model for sustainable development. His story has been included in textbooks about entrepreneurship and environmental protection. Guo Zhenhua's story teaches us something powerful about following our instincts, even when everyone thinks we're wrong. Sometimes the path that seems most difficult leads to the most rewarding destination. He didn't just keep his land, he transformed it into something that benefits thousands of people. His refusal to sell wasn't just about money. It was about preserving a way of life and creating something meaningful. Today, his farm continues to thrive, proving that sometimes saying no to a good offer leads to something even better. The lesson here isn't that we should never sell our property or accept good opportunities. It's that we should think carefully about what we truly value and have the courage to pursue our own vision. Guo saw potential where others saw only obstacles. He created value where others wanted to destroy it. Most importantly, he showed us that one person's decision can inspire positive change in countless other lives. If you enjoyed this incredible story, make sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you think about Guo's decision. Would you have had the courage to turn down millions of dollars like he did? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this inspiring story of determination and vision. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing true stories that will inspire and motivate you. Remember, sometimes the best opportunities come from saying no to the obvious choice and yes to your own unique path. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.